Hey, check this out. Listen, I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Yes, you. Yes, you. Listen, if you are at a position where you are in a space of transition, like you got your money saved, you're either about to buy a car or you're about to move, or you're thinking about moving, you're looking at apartments and you don't know these things, listen, I need you to listen to me. Now, these are things that I have learned moving into a new space, but it's one of those things that also I could have learned or listened to the wise counsel around me before making the decision. So, as big sis, I would like to help whoever is in a position thinking about moving, whether you're older than me or younger than me, whatever. If you are in that space, listen to this video. Really listen to it. So, number one, when something bigger than where you are is going to feel like, yes, this is exactly what I need. This is what I want. You know, I get more space. No, time out. You don't need more space. You need more space, yes. For example, me, I had moved from where I was living in grad school to living with a friend. So I just accumulated stuff over time, over the 4 or 5 years since I had moved out to go to grad school. And all of those things were in one place. And so it felt like, oh my goodness, there's no space. The walls are closing in. I'm crowded, which is very true. That is true. And understand that a lot of the places that you're going to be looking at I'm not sure what's wrong with my cat. But understand that a lot of the spaces that you're going to be looking at are going to be bigger than where you are. So your eyes going to be big, just like you go to a buffet, you like, man, my eyes are bigger than my stomach. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. You're going to see these spaces. You're like, yes, I could do this and I could do that. Let me tell you something. Some wise person said, this is wild. I can only be in one place at one time, in one room at a time. And something about that is hitting me so deep. Like, I was like, I'm going to get a 1-bedroom. I've never had a 1-bedroom before. I deserve that. No, let me tell you something. Just go smaller. Even if you can't afford it, go smaller. Go for the one that's closest to what it is that you want, and then go one down, right? So don't go for everything in this first move. Get your feet wet. Get calibrated. Like, especially if you like me and it's been a while since you've lived on your own and paid bills, there is a calibration process that happens that you cannot anticipate. There are going to be expenses that you are not going to anticipate. There are going to be incidences that you are not going to anticipate. There are going to be, anything can come up and be from moving, buying boxes, paying for the truck, paying for the people, paying for the food that you're going to feed the people who are helping you move if you don't pay for movers, paying for the internet, any fees that might come up with that from moving it to a new space. I also switched phone lines. Like, I separated from my family line and switched into my own independent line because Miss Independent here was ready for the world. And you know what? I'm going to get my own. Let me tell you something. The world is big and cold, and it can be very lonely. There is a lot of abundance here as well, but I also want to prepare you for the fact that there are things that you are not thinking about, that you are not prepared for, especially if you are like me and you are a highly sensitive person or you deal with mental health issues. If you are an overthinker, there are all of these barriers between you and where you want to be and what it is that you want to have. And so you have to plan differently than someone who might not be faced with the same challenges as you, mentally, financially, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is that you're dealing with. Just know that there are aspects of your lived experience that you are going to face head on as you prepare for this transition, whether that's an apartment or otherwise. But I'm talking specifically about an apartment because this is the experience that I'm having. And I feel that me sharing honestly with someone who is in a similar space, if I could just get the word out to you to think twice, to think again, to seek more counsel, to not rely on your own understanding and step out on a whim and do it on your own, which, yes, you can. You are independent. My goodness. Yes, you are an adult. But you might need a little bit more time. That's a hard pill to swallow. But you might need a little bit more time. You might not be ready. You might think you're ready. Maybe you can choose a different approach. Maybe you could, I don't know, find someone who's subletting somewhere for a few months, test that out, see how that goes, right? That way it's a set amount of time. From this time to this time, I know that this is what's going on. And once that's done, I'm out, right? So that the responsibility is there and you get that freedom and that experience without having to have the longevity of a 12-month contract, so to speak, a 12-month lease. So I just want to put these things on your heart to think about, to breathe in as you prepare for this move that you've been doing a great job. I celebrate you. You've done more than you have ever done before in your life, and that is huge. You have a determination about you that I have not seen in you before, that nobody has seen. You haven't even seen it in you before, and I'm so proud of you. I really am, and I want you to be set up for success as well. So I would be remiss, I'm not sure what the correct definition of that word is, but I've heard people use that word. I would be remiss if I did not share with you, little sis, little bro, little person, what to think about before making a move. So if you find anything in this helpful, drop a comment. Let's hear about where you at on your journey. For those of us who are overthinkers, take a look here or here. It's probably here because I think it's a mirror image. Take a look at this video here because I'm really sharing and dedicating this channel to helping overthinkers with tools to free their mind so that they can truly execute what it is that is in them to be in this world, but also just to give you peace, because an overthinking mind is torture and torment. So know that you are loved. I'll see you in the next video. I love you. You're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. Just take pen to paper and do some thinking. You're going to be just fine. I love you. Bye.